Uh, this is tail and this is head.
Yeah.
So you will spin the coin. Yeah.
Tails.
Tail is the call.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amna won the toss.
We'll have a bowl first.
Ball first. Okay.
Hello and good morning to everyone tuning in. We are coming to you live from STC Oval, and I bring you yet another bright and lively day of cricket here at the MCA Women's Interstate T20 Championship 2025. And what a tournament it has been so far. We've seen some exceptional talent rising through the ranks. We've seen a few close finishes as well, and plenty of heart from all the teams. And yes, today is the game between the fifth and sixth placing. So these games, of course, matter a lot as well because they're about pride, consistency, and finishing the campaign on a high. Today's game is between Johor and Negeri Sembilan. So these are the matches that often brings us a few talents through the ranks and that really shapes up the future of Malaysian cricket. So with Negeri Sembilan taking Johor, the news from the center is that Johor have won the toss and they have elected to field first. Of course, they'll be looking to make some early inroads and put pressure right back on Negeri Sembilan with ball one. Both the teams have had their moments so far in this season, and today it's just about showing that for one final time. So buckle up, we have another exciting contest on the cards, and with that, the players have taken the center. The batters of Negeri Sembilans are out there in the middle, they're taking guard. We've seen the familiar faces throughout this. tournament. Today's playing lineup is comprised of Noor Nisrina alongside Wan Julia, the wicketkeeper. There's Nicknoor Etila as well as Lim Pei Ying and some other campaigners who have done quite a good work throughout this tournament for them. On the other hand, Johor will want to make an impression early on, and they will be led by none other than Amna Sharif Tariq, the captain, who's done a good work leading them from the front. And in their ranks, there are the likes of China Ahmed alongside Chayan Nanafat, as well as Noor Isma Dania and Noor Shahira binti Kareem. So we're ready for the first ball here, and it is right arm seam to start off proceeding for Johor here. Tentative start. The first ball deviates down the leg side, and umpire has no hesitation to signal that as a wide. She's steaming in again for the second delivery this time. Much better, fuller delivery. That is driven quite nicely as well. The fielder is rightfully placed, so she's able to keep it down to a single. So we are underway here. The first legal delivery is completed, a single off it. So with that, already 2 runs on the board. So you can almost sense that there is some nerves early on here. And with the new ball, it's just about finding that rhythm. It's often about hitting the right areas, but the thing that matters is they have to be very consistent. Talking about consistency, that is down the leg side and not the best of glove work there. The keeper covered the ground, but eventually was not able to just stop it. So off that wide delivery, a single is collected as well. Turning out to be a good start for Negeri Sembilan here. They're getting the runs. So of the first legal delivery, already the scoreboard tells us that there has been 4 runs. On a pitch like this, when there's a little bit of a hint of movement early on, don't really have to do too much. Much better delivery from Jana. This is where she needs to be. She's a tall seamer, and throughout this tournament, she's done a good work with the new ball in hand. Today is a different day, and here in the STC, sometimes the pitch just offers a little bit early on. Oh, that's a wide one more time. There's been too many already. That is not the way to create chances. Looks like the skipper is having a little bit of a word. There's a sense of movement early on here. It's just about maintaining that correct line because so far she's been bowling at good length. She's finding a little bit of rhythm here. Oh, much better delivery this time. Attacking the off stump. And the batter Wan Julia just a touch late on that occasion. Almost giving us an impression that maybe that could have gone straight through. So this is where she needs to be. And if she's able to do it more consistently, there will be rewards for her. Oh, one more time, turning out to be a very long and expensive over from Zana. Well, it's been a kind of a shaky start here. 3 wides already in this over, and with the last one 4. But whenever she's been able to pitch that on that off stump area, the batter Wan Julia has respectfully defended. So she needs to take a little bit of a lesson from that and maybe just realize that it's all about consistency here. You can sense at this moment that the bowler is really trying a bit too hard here. Perhaps maybe trying to bowl with a little bit more pace, and because of that she's deviating down the leg side far too often. Fuller delivery this time, nicely driven, and Juan Julia picks up a single with that. So with that single for the first time today, we'll be seeing Nurin on strike. Zaina is trying to pick up a wicket here, but this has been a very long over. Already 9 deliveries in it. The key now will be just to slow it down a little bit, perhaps take a breather and get that focus on point. Nicely driven, doesn't get the gap. So with that, the first over is completed in spite of 4 extras. In the end, the first over is done and 10 runs are already on the board. This is a good start for Negeri Sembilan here. With that, the captain brings herself back into the attack. Shorter pitch delivery, nicely guided away towards the leg side. There's a dip mid-wicket in play, so that will be a single of the very first ball. So end of the first over already. 10 runs came off it, and Negeri Sembilan will be very happy with it. When Julie although has scored just 2 runs of 5 deliveries, and Nurin already off the mark with 3, and just before this delivery is a single. So they have been doing their work quite beautifully here. So in reality, the scoreboard is kept ticking because of the extras, and there's been too many wides from the first over of Zaina here. So those little things can sometimes hurt you. And realizing that situation, I believe Amna Sharif has decided to bring herself into the attack. So she's trying to take some charge with it. And there's always something about when the skipper brings herself into the attack. It's like a statement that she's here to take control. Disappointed Amna Sharif, but nicely guided away by Van Julia. Width was provided, and all she needed was to get some kind of bat at it. Eventually gets 2 runs with a lot of ease. Turning out to be a very good start from both the batters here. They're playing the situation quite well. Right now, Johor are in search of some kind of calmness out there. Amna Sharif is trying to, and she's looking for some wickets early on here. But looks like the 2 batters from Negeri Sembilan are in absolutely no kind of rush. Already 13 runs on the board, and this is going to be the last delivery of the second over. That would have been a wide, but that is nicely cut away. A misfield will allow some more runs to be taken. The ball does not travel to the boundary, but a couple of runs taken with absolute ease. This is a good start from Negeri Sembilan. 2 overs done. It's 15 without loss. And with that 2 overs gone, Negeri Sembilan off to a steady start now. They haven't lost any kind of wickets. Amna, the captain, came on and did well to bring things slightly under control. And from her previous over, just 5 runs came. Exactly the kind of response Johor needed. And now there's a change in the bowling. Noor Isma into the attack. Starts off with a little bit of swing in the air, but that was a low full toss, which is nicely placed away onto the leg side. And that brings us the very first boundary of the day. Experience from Van Julia. She realized that she never needed to overhit it, but eventually picked up a boundary with absolute ease. Good start and a very good looking stroke from her. This time trying to overcompensate. The previous one was a full toss. This time she overpitched on towards the offside a little bit too, and this time it's a wide ball. So the fast bowlers from Johor are in search of some kind of rhythm. They haven't bowled as consistently as they would have been expected to. Much better delivery this time, a little bit of swing as well. The ball shaping away from the right-hander. This time the length was better. Eventually a defensive stroke from Van Julia. Seems like Negeri Sembilan are continuing their good start. The intent has been very clear. They've realized that there is some help on offer. Just like on that occasion, that is another wide down the leg side. So the batters are realizing the fact that they're not having to do too much of work. They've been helped on their cause by some extras. So as long as they put some value on their wickets and they keep rotating the strike, they will have some boundary deliveries on offer. So they're setting the tone here. Change of pace. It seems like the ball gripped slightly and the batter was in a little bit of an uncomfortable position to play that. Crucial dot delivery from Noor Isma Dania. Already 6 runs off it. She has 3 more legal deliveries remaining in this over. So turning out to be another good over for Negeri Sembilan. Thickish outside edge. Guided away towards third man. The keeper really had no chance because these are the kind of edges that need really quick reflexes and the ball really travels quite quickly off that thickish edge. So Noor Isma Dania will feel that she's a bit unlucky, but these are difficult opportunities that if sometimes are not taken, you can't really blame them. So the first real opportunity for Johor women, and eventually that has gone down begging for them. Oh, this is close. This is full and straight, but umpire is not in favor of the bowler, but very good looking delivery. Perhaps that ball was just going over the top of that middle and leg stump. And that was probably the only reason the umpire was not in favor. A very good comeback from Noor Isma Dania. The last 2 deliveries were really asking the right questions. Hint of movement again. Noreen tried to go at it, but eventually missed out from connecting. Expensive over from Noor Isma Dania. 3 overs done. It's 19 without loss for Negeri Sembilan. There's a change in the bowling again. There's none of it introduced into the attack. Beautiful start. That is where the bowlers needed to be from the very start. We were expecting a little bit more consistency, and looks like Nanafat is going to offer us that promising start from her. Jaihan Nanafat with a second delivery, and that is pitched on a similar sort of a length. This is a very good start from her because so far too many wides, and we've seen a few loose deliveries from Johor. The runs have kept coming for Negeri Sembilan. Flighted delivery when Julia decided to advance downtown and connects it nicely for a single there. Noreen will be now on strike. All Johor need right now is a wicket here to just break a little bit of momentum from Negeri Sembilan. Flighted delivery this time, and Noreen shows full face of the bat. Doesn't get a single, but turning out to be just the over that Johor were in search of. Off the back foot, and just falls short of the fielder, so got in a little bit of a tangle there. Not in the best of position to play the cut shot, but she's happy to be safe. Turning out to be an excellent over from Nanafat. And she finishes off nicely. These are the kind of deliveries that often generates the pressure that is expected from Johor. They have got to do that more often. They have to build that dot ball pressure and make Negeri Sembilan go searching for something that isn't there. So with that over, there's a sense of control, because right now, with that over which has gone for just one run, they have done exactly what was required. At the moment, one wicket here could really flip the momentum, because sometimes in this format, whenever you get one wicket with that build up of dot ball and that pressure, sometimes one often brings two. And that is why perhaps Amna Sharif decided to bring herself back into the attack. The captain's previous over has gone for just 5 runs. Now she's back into the attack. It's 20 without loss at the completion of 4 overs. So we have to say, after that expensive first over, which had already gone for 10, the other bowlers have slightly been able to bring back some sort of control. Flighted delivery, waited for that and nicely swept it away on towards square leg. And one Julia is showing us how good her sweep shots are. And in this kind of pitches, you often have to have a very good sweep, because sometimes when the spinners are operating at a good length, these are the kind of shots that can sometimes derail them of that control. With that slightly round arm action, there's not a lot of turn on offer from Amna Sharif. Noreen had to wait for that, eventually played it towards cover for a dot ball. That was an opportunity that should have been taken when Julia is rushing. Oh, that is gone. That is disappointing. There was definitely a single on offer for Noreen, but I believe after playing that shot, she was not quite ready for that single. And when Julia was too excited because she realized that there was a chance for a single there. But just look at it, she never really perhaps saw when Julia running towards her end, so she did not have those seconds on benefiting her to cover the ground. No mistake from the fielder, and really in the most disappointing way, Negeri Sembilan loses the first wicket, but Johor is absolutely delighted. So, like we were talking about, sometimes dot ball can often bring a little bit of a sense of urgency into this game, and sometimes a mistake is just forced out of the batters. So, that is exactly what had happened. The batters were not really getting the runs as frequently as they were searching for. Eventually, the communication was not there, and the first wicket falls, that too off a run out. Noor Soleha Farisha is the batter who's joined One Julia now. And from the word go, when Julia just discussed perhaps that sometimes she'll be doing the calling and perhaps she'll be expecting that her partner will just come running towards her whenever there's an opportunity for a single. A very good start to the new batter from Amna Sharif, attacking the stump with that flighted delivery. When Julia, before that delivery, wanted to sneak in a single and lost her partner. They'll be looking to rebuild, but looks like she's not in that kind of a mood. Dispatches down towards the leg side and towards mid-wicket area. There's a fielder there, so it will be a single only, but you can sense that the urgency is there and the batter is really confident when Julia is really doing a good work as the skipper leading from the front, and she's not afraid to just take on the bowlers here. One more time, we see an aggressive looking shot from the batter. Doesn't get the best of connection, but eventually will get a single from that delivery as well. So this has been a good over from Johor, the captain. Although in the form of a run out, she was able to pick up a wicket from this over. So with that 5 overs done, it's 23 with a loss of 1. And right now, Johor women are sneaking a little bit of a control in this innings. Noor Isma Dania is the batter who's gone back to the hut, and Noor Solea Farisha is yet to open her account. Nicely played towards the offside, doesn't get the gap though. First real loosener from Nanafat. She's bowled well in her previous over. She was hitting that good length very consistently, and just one run came off it. Oh, that is very disappointing glove work by the wicketkeeper. Tuan Noor Amani Binti Tuan is the wicketkeeper, and this is the second time a ball has gone down the leg side, which should have really been stopped. So Nanafat as well, for the first time, has gone down the leg side, so which should have been a single off the wide, has now added 3 runs on the board because a couple of runs were taken. This time on the offside, width was provided, but Noor Solea couldn't really get the connection she wanted. Another dot ball. This time a better looking stroke. Another single by playing that shot towards mid-wicket. Looks like Van Julia is going to be the batter who's going to have to take a lot of responsibility. She's the one who's experienced, she's the one who's been out there from the start, and she's looking very set. Waited for it, just away from the fielder at short mid-wicket, and eventually that misfield will allow that single to be taken. The timing from Van Julia has been really good today, and she really understands which ball she has to take and attack. Wanted to go for that wild heave down towards mid-wicket, but no connection whatsoever. Nanafat gets a dot ball. Compared to her previous over, this has been slightly more expensive. There's a chance there, but just over the top of the bowler's head. And eventually Noor Farisha survives. Could have been a wicket in the over from Nanafat to back up her captain. But eventually that is the end of the power play. 6 overs done. It's 28 with the loss of 1. And the game is now in some sort of a balance between the two teams. change in the bowling. It is Siti Nazwa into the attack, so we're getting more spin and starts off with a flighted delivery. A lot of turn is extracted by Siti Nazwa of the first ball, and that is signaled a wide from the umpire. But at the moment, since that run out early on, the opening partnership was broken, and Johor are feeling that little bit of a lift thanks to that bit of sharp fielding. Oh, that is poor bowling. She's helped because of the fielding that is exceptional at backward of square leg. So a guaranteed boundary is saved by some excellent fielding effort. Siti Nazwa has to be more consistent. She cannot allow some runs to flow because NEGERI Sembilan are still not under too much of a pressure yet because their skipper Wan Julia is still out there. Much better delivery from Siti Nazwa. For NEGERI Sembilan, there's still a platform to build from. The batters know that they need to rotate the strike carefully now. But the key for Johor will be definitely to keep the pressure on, just to make the batters play. Perhaps some kind of false stroke that was pitched outside the leg stump, so umpire was never going to be in favor of the bowler. Siti Nazwa need to just aim for a few more dot deliveries because that can often tempt the batters to go for another false stroke. Looking to sweep that one away. Nicely played towards mid-wicket for a single. The wickets at this stage are going to be very crucial, and the wicket of Wan Julia will be absolutely priceless for Johor because one more here, especially that of the captain, could really shift the momentum. So the batters are looking to settle in and just trying to build some sort of momentum again. Guided off the back foot this time. Doesn't get the cap. That is a dot ball. This game is just starting to get a little bit more interesting here because there's some sort of competition now between bat and ball. Good connection this time from Van Julia, played away from the fielder at square leg. Could have been a couple of runs if the running between the wickets was a little bit quicker. 4 runs of the over of Siti Nazwa, 7 completed. It's 32 with the loss of 1. Flicked away by using the wrist quite nicely towards the leg side and will pick up a couple of runs. There's a chance of a run out, but the throw never reached the wicketkeeper. Looks like the power was missing. Eventually, the couple is taken quite easily. Should have definitely been a better throw. But that is excellent running between the two batters out there. Once again, nicely bowled. This time gets a dot ball. Little bit of a width provided this time. And that is another dot ball. It's been a really solid knock by the captain, Wan Julia, so far. You can sense her technique, a balanced stance, and she uses the crease very nicely as well. Another wide ball from Nanafat. So far, we've seen some very good-looking sweep shots from Wan Julia as well. So, other than her temperament that you really need in T20 cricket, just to anchor the innings together, we've seen Wan Julia play some shots as well. Oh, that is an opportunity. Just falls short of the fielder at square leg and picks up a single off it. So first real loose shot from Wan Julia, but the opportunity was not taken from Johor. Noor Soler Farisha, on the other hand, at the moment is 3 from 9, and she's trying to get the scoreboard ticking. She's played a few powerful looking shots, but the timing hasn't been there to support her. On the other hand, really bowling from the front is Nanafat here. She's been the standout with her off spin today. She's been mostly tidy with a couple of wides, but she's really been able to create a little bit of doubt in the batter's mind. And that is there. She is picked up a wicket here, straight through the batter's defense, going to play that cross-batted shot. Eventually, Nanafat's consistency has rewarded her. Beautiful bowling, and she picks up the wicket that she rightfully deserves. Just have a look at that one. Beautifully bowled, targeting the stump, and the false shot just arised on the occasion because of that poor consistency from the batter, and eventually she picks up the reward. She was creating the doubt in the batter's mind from the word go. She's been bowling with a lot of tight line and clever variation, and eventually on that last ball you could sense that there was a little bit of a dip, and that is all that was required to just break through the defense of Noor. So with that 8 overs completed, it's 36 now for Negeri Sembilan, but now they've lost 2 wickets. Siti Hamra is the batter who's joined Wan Julia. The captain is still out there, and she has to rebuild one more time. Another change in the bowling. For Johor, it is going to be Noor into the attack. So the captain of Johor has really rotated her bowlers quite often, and she's really searching for wickets here. So far, Nanafat has bowled exceptionally well. So of the very last delivery, she had picked up a wicket. So this over needs to be a really good one. So let's see if she's able to pick up a wicket here and back the over of Nanafat. Waited for it and played that nicely towards cover, but doesn't get the gap. So that is a single to start off for Noor Shahira. Dot ball rather. Here she goes. Oh, look at that turn. Umpire will not signal a wide, and when Julia is absolutely bemused looking at it. That was almost pitched outside that guideline for the umpire, but somehow plenty of turn from this pitch for Noor Shahira. And look at that one more time. That has been the story so far of the first 3 deliveries. Almost looking like that is going to be a wide, but eventually the ball just comes somehow crawling back towards the stump. So this is exciting for Noor Shahira. Oh, that should be a wide, but not really. Looks like that has covered enough for the umpire to still give the decision in favor of the bowler, turning out to be an excellent over, especially given the fact that she's bowling to the captain, Wan Julia. Oh, look at that. Beautifully bowled. And she picks up a wicket and she celebrates in style. Why shouldn't she? Pressure was piling on from the first 3 deliveries. And eventually, this time, she pitches the ball at the stump and gets rid of the captain of the opposition. What an over so far. An excellent reward for the young talent of Johor. Just look at that. Pitched in line, somehow just gets a little bit of a hit and assistance from the pad of Van Julia, and eventually just goes on to hit the stump. Big moment in the game. Negeri Sembilan loses their skipper and loses one of the most important batters in that lineup. So the youngster Noor Shahira is the bowler who picks up the most important wicket, and this is the opportunity that Johor were desperately in search for. 3 wickets down, the score is 36, and right now looks like Johor is somehow crawling into this game and they're building the pressure that they wanted to. New batter Nicknoor Atila has joined City Hamra, and she's up against Noor Shahira, who's bowled exceptionally well. Absolute drama earlier on in that over. Noor Julia was turning out to be quite a battle, and eventually the battle was won by Noor. Last ball of this over, and an excellent one. That's a maiden from Noor Shahira. Throughout the over, one thing was absolutely on display. Noor Shahira was turning the ball sharply from outside the yaw stump and almost just teasing the umpire for a decision of wide. But eventually, the ball was turning quite a lot, and Van Julia had faced 4 dot deliveries. Eventually, just changing the length slightly, attacking the stump, and that was enough to get rid of the captain. So, textbook bowling in T20 cricket from Noor Shahira. The pressure was built, and eventually that mistake was committed by the batter. And now we have to compliment the decision of the captain. She brings in Nanafat. She realizes that Nanafat has been one of the best bowlers today for the captain. So after the over of Noor, she goes back to Nanafat, just in search of another wicket here. This is the stage where pressure really counts, and Noor Shahira has shown us that consistency can be rewarding. So after that wide, this is one more time an attempt for Nanafat to just pick up a wicket here. City Hamra is batting with proper technique so far. Yet to get off the mark, or you can't really do that. You need to be more consistent. That is the expectation of the captain from the top bowler of the side. But 2 wides already. These are the kind of deliveries that can release the pressure, and Johor really can't afford to do that at this stage. Flighted delivery this time, much better, attacking the stump, and City Hamra is just happy to play a defensive stroke at it. Negeri Sembilan at the moment are in a little bit of a trouble. The ball goes uppishly over the top of point there. The chase is on, and the fielder does well. Just a couple of runs will be taken from that shot, and City Hamra goes on off the mark with it. Noor Shahira was the fielder who's done well to cover the ground there, and she kept it down to a couple of runs only. This time the ball turns away from the right-hander, almost a wrong one. The off-spinner for the first time took that away from the right-hander, and she's really showing us she's got all the skills. Slightly quicker through the air this time, and another dot ball. So City Hamra, after getting off the mark with that couple of runs, she hasn't been able to do much more damage in it. This is the last ball of the spell for Nanafat. and she finishes off with a dot ball. So her 4 over gone for just 14, and she picked up a wicket. We're at the halfway stage of the first innings, 40 runs on the board, and Negeri Sembilan have lost 3 wickets. With that, the umpire have called in for the drinks break, so we'll be back with live action shortly. And we're back with live action now. So far, we are at the halfway stage of the first innings, and the news from the center was initially that Johor had won the toss and they had decided to have a bowl first when Julia came out to bat with Noreen, and they started off to a good start. Plenty of runs from the opening stand. The first wicket fell at 21 runs off to a run out when Julia, the captain, is so far the top scorer with 17 of 29. But since then, Johor has climbed back strongly with building tremendous pressure thanks to some consistent bowling. They've picked Noor Farisha for just 3 runs. At the moment, Siti Hamra and Nick Noor Atela are out there in the middle. They're up against a young talent, Noor Shahira. Her first over was a maiden, and she picked up the prize wicket of the opposition captain, Wan Julia. So far, the bowling has been quite consistent from the bowlers of Johor. Other than that one expensive over from Zaina Ahmed today, the others have really kept things very economical. But one thing that has stood quite exceptionally is the fact that Johor has bowled plenty of wides. They've given away 15 extras, and that's something they will have to keep in mind in the second half. On the other hand, we have to talk about Noor Shahira, who's been an exceptional talent. An opportunity there, but the ball goes down towards long off for a single to be taken. But Noor Shahira has bowled really well so far. In her 1.3 overs so far in this game, she has given away just 2 runs. Mostly she bowls outside the off stump and the ball just keeps spinning towards the right-hand batter. This time, perhaps the batter slightly was predicting the trajectory of the ball and eventually waited for it. Nicely guided that one away for a single towards long off again. But her consistency has been quite exceptional today. Change in the field. There's a catching mid-off. Or that is one more time a little bit of a disappointing glove work by the wicketkeeper. Should have been stopped. So off the first real loose ball from Noor Shahira, not only there's a wide, but there's a single taken by the batters as well. So these are kind of extras that can eventually come on and perhaps hurt Johor, because looking back at it, if you subtract 15 runs from this score, then the score would have been only 30 runs with the loss of 3 wickets. This is much better from Noor Shahira. Another dot ball. Siti Hamra is playing with straight bat, and that is appreciable. She's not really taking any kind of chances against Noor Shahira here. Oh, beautifully bowled. An umpire will be in favor of the bowler, and this is reward for some exceptional bowling. The captain is supporting her young talent, and the talent is, of course, standing up to the occasion as well. Siti Hamra is the batter who's dismissed, and off a very good delivery. Just have a look at that one. Pitched outside the off stump, just turning in enough, and the batter was committed on the back foot. Eventually, the turn is just enough to pick up that wicket off the LBW. What an over from Noor Shahira one more time, and turning out to be the bowler with the golden arm here today. So 11 overs done. Negeri Sembilan have lost their fourth, and they're tumbling down, losing wickets at regular intervals now. Negeri Sembilan will be in desperate need of a partnership at the moment, and the batter who's walking out to the middle is Noor Fatiha. Amna Sharif is realizing this moment of pressure, and she's bringing herself back into the attack. 2 overs had gone for just 8 runs. Good looking stroke this time from Nikno Atela, and she'll pick up a single with ease. Amna Sharif was the bowler who came out to bowl after that first over from Zaina Ahmed, which was expensive, and she's the bowler who started that little bit of control in this innings for Johor. All she needs to do is perhaps pick up a wicket here to just keep building on the pressure of runs and eventually just tumble this batting lineup down. Oh, that is going to be close. An umpire is hesitant to give it a wicket. Almost exactly the ball that Amna wanted to go for. Perhaps just going over the top of that leg stump. Maybe even going slightly down the leg side as well. But on first look, that was definitely very, very close. The timing is not on top here from the two batters. They're going after some aerial shots, but that's really the risk that they're willing to take at this stage. The runs have absolutely dried up, because at one stage they were going at a run rate of 7, but look at it now, just a little bit over 4. Just falls short of the fielder, and a misfield this time as well, so not really the effort that the captain would have wanted from her fielder there. Backward of point, should have really gone after it a little bit earlier than she did on that occasion. Noor Isma Dania was the fielder, but on the other hand, Amna Sharif has just gone for 3 runs in it. This is a much better looking shot from Noor Fatiha. Picks up a single of the last ball, and she will keep the strike with it. 12 overs done. Negeri Sembilan are 49 with the loss of 4. And Noor Shahira back into the attack. What a day she's having today. She'll want to improve her bowling figures. And look at that one more time. Pitches it outside the off stump and turns it back into the right hander. Almost tantalizingly close to that wide line. And just eagerly teasing the batter that perhaps you should have a go at it, because I'm definitely not bowling a wide from that line. And the ball goes up in the air and it is taken. Noor Shahira strikes. That is the opportunity that Noor Shahira was looking for. And Noor Fatiha could not really resist that temptation of playing that towards the offside. Another reward for some consistently good bowling. And Noor Shahira is among wickets again. Just look at that. Outside the off stump. And because of the fact that those deliveries were not going for wide, this time the batter wanted to go after it and eventually praised the big prize. She loses her wickets in the process, and Noor Fatiha will have to take the long walk back. Excellent bowling from Noor Shahira today. At the moment, she's given away just 5 runs and she's picked up 3 wickets. What a young talent she is, and this is exactly why these games are very, very important. So, even though there's not much matchup between these two sides, right now, the one talent that is stepping up to the occasion is Noor Shahira. Perhaps the selectors can really keep a keen eye on her, and maybe she will be the one knocking the doors for selection for the national side as well. So excellent bowling from her, and at this stage she'll want to keep repeating this kind of efforts with the ball in hand. Nicely bowled. The batter went to the back foot of the very first ball and eventually was not in full control of that shot. Izyan is the batter. Izyan Nafisa, who's joined Nick Noor Attila out there in the middle, and she's up against Noor Shahira, who's bowling exceptionally well today. But that is nicely played, but will only be another dot ball. Oh, that is a loose delivery. That is not expected from the way Noor Shahira is bowling at the moment. But sometimes the bowlers can always look to do something extras. So this is where experience and the control of that mindset will be questioned. Can she be more consistent with her bowling? 2 more deliveries remaining in this over. An opportunity just falls short of the bowler, and really, if she was a little bit quicker, could have taken it as well. Noor Shahira, what a phenomenal spell this is turning out to be. At the moment, she's picked up 3 wickets for just 6 runs. She's been clinical, she's mixed her pace, and she's getting a lot of turn from her very first ball. Every ball is seeming like an event. And look at that, just over the top of the stump. And Izyan Nafisa will feel very, very lucky to be still out there in the middle. Wicketkeeper was unable to stop it as well, so a bye is taken. But what a delivery again. Finishes her third over. She's picked up a wicket in it, and this over has just gone for 2 runs. 13 overs done. Negeri Sembilan 51 for 5. And Johor are absolutely buzzing out there. You can see that the fielders are on their toes. We've seen that the captain has made some very good bowling choices as well. She's picking the right bowlers to the occasion, and she has led from the front as a cricketing mind. Of course, she's supported very well by her young talent Noor Shahira. She's led the bowling attack from the front as well. Negeri Sembilan, on the other hand, will now need someone to just step up, just like the captain before. Someone has to really dig in, and the partnership has to rebuild. The score is 51 for 5. They still have 7 overs to bat. With that, another change in the bowling. Noor Hilmiza is the new bowler. Starts off with a wideish delivery, just inside the guideline, so umpire will not signal that a wide. But I believe the right delivery should be to attack the stump, because whenever a false shot is committed, there's an opportunity to pick up a wicket. That was down the leg side, and Noor Hilmiza optimistically was looking at the umpire for a decision in her favor. Was never going to be. So it's a wide ball from her. Flighted delivery outside the off stump, another wide. So really needed to be more consistent, especially given the fact that Noor Shahira Karim was so good with her previous over. Noor Hilmiza is in search of the right line and length here. Thickish edge, the ball travels, and short third is having to cover a lot of ground there. And good running between the wicket. Couple of runs taken with ease. And Noor Hilmiza is disappointed with that. She's in search of a wicket. This is the 7th bowler introduced into the attack from Amna Sharif Tariq today. And so far, most of her bowlers have bowled very economically, Zaina Ahmed being the exception. Her first over going for 7 runs, and Noor Isma Dania also gone for 7 in her solo over. Good delivery this time for Noor Hilmiza, and this is where she needs to be more often. Asian Nafisa is leaving quite dangerously out there, almost giving us an impression of getting out, but somehow just surviving. Rocks back onto the back foot, and Noor Hilmiza is disappointed as she deviates one more time down the leg side, and umpire will signal that another wide. Turning out to be another long over, and the fielders are just supporting her. So Johor giving us an impression that they're a good unit, they trust their teammates, just uplifting the morale whenever something is not going for their favor. Much better delivery, flighted, but equally good shot from Asian Nafisa as well. She waited for it and nicely played it towards the leg side for a single. 2 more legal deliveries remaining now. The run rate is 4.17. At least for the next couple of overs, they can wait, remain calm. Oh, look at that. Pitched outside the off stump and turns absolute square from that area. Somehow, the ball misses everything and goes for a single off the bye that the umpire has signaled. Look at that one. Fuller delivery, gone for the sweep, and from that full length, somehow goes and misses the top of the stump. So, quite an awkward bounce there for Noor Hilmiza. Should have been a wicket for her. This time flights it, plays it nicely down the ground, and she's able to take a single as well. Good looking stroke from Asian Nafisa, and aggression on display. 7 of the over and 14 overs done. It's 59 for 5. Looks like the captain has decided to bring back Zaina into the attack. And this is very good captaincy because sometimes whenever a bowler who hasn't had the best of start is brought back into the attack, she will feel that the captain really entrusts her with a lot of faith. So sometimes that can often uplift the morale and eventually make amends for the mistakes she made previously. There's a chance, even for the tall stature of Zain Ahmed, that was going over the top of her reach, and eventually the batter is safe to be out there. But almost an opportunity was arising. So Nafisa is living very, very dangerously out there. This is perhaps the third occasion where she almost lost her wicket in the process of scoring some runs. Somehow she survives. Nikno Attila is on strike now. This time on the offside. That is another wide. Negeri Sembilan has 6 more overs left, and this is where composure really matters. They'll need to take some smart singles and perhaps not go for too many risks, even for the next couple of overs. By rotating the strike, they can go just about 4, 5 and over. That can just set the platform for some kind of flourish for the next last 4. A good partnership here could really lift the innings from this tricky spot for Negeri Sembilan, but Johor will not be in any kind of mood to let that happen easily. Zain Ahmed was expensive in her first over. He's brought back, and after that first delivery on the stump, she's gone for 2 wides. Oh, excellent glove work by the wicketkeeper. An opportunity, but looks like the leg umpire feels the batter was in her spot, so she's safe. Nikno Attila has faced 9 deliveries for her 3 runs, so even though she's playing some safe cricket, she needs to rotate the strike. Isya Nafisa, on the other hand, has looked to be aggressive. She's gone for her shots, and at the moment she's scored 5 runs of 10 deliveries. That's down the leg side. That will be a wide. We've seen plenty of them today, and that is another continuation. Zaina Ahmed today has bowled 9 wides. Would you believe it? That's too many in this format of the game. Nicely played this time towards the offside. The timing is spectacular, and Nikno Attila will pick up a boundary for her side. That is a gorgeous stroke towards the offside, and that is reward for some patience there for the batter. Just have a look at that one. Pitch slightly fuller, and the batter committed to the front foot very, very early. The timing was spot on and gets the reward. Exactly what Negeri Sembilan were desperately in search for, and they have picked up a boundary. Just the second one that we have seen today, and exactly when it was required. They need more of those, and they have plenty of overs to get them. Looks like this decision from Amna Sharif is backfiring slightly. She has plenty of options to go to, but perhaps just wanted to give Zaina Ahmed an opportunity to make amends for her previous expensive over. But already 8 runs in it, so turning out to be another one, which is slightly more expensive in comparison to her teammates today. That is poor bowling. Gone way far down the leg side. This time the keeper does well and stops it for costing her much more than what was picked up by that delivery. Already 4 wides in this over, and turning out to be another long one for Johor. Niknur Attila is standing on her off stump, and I believe she is realizing the fact that Zain Ahmed is angling the ball down the leg side. So this is quite an interesting approach from Niknur Attila, and Really gives me an impression that she's someone who understands the game very, very nicely, and she's willing to take most of the opportunity that is arising to her. So off the wide, a single was taken, and now Asian Nafisa is ready to take strike against Zaina Ahmed. A slower delivery, and this time just misses everything, and that was close to the stump, but doesn't pick up a wicket. Much better from Zaina Ahmed. This is where she should have been from the very start of this over, but really today she has struggled for rhythm and perhaps will want to finish her over as quickly as possible. Slower delivery one more time. Much better from Zaina Ahmed. The last two deliveries has been exactly what was expected from her. And here is the last ball up against Asian Nafisa, who's batted well whenever the ball has pitched in her arc, but sometimes she's been found wanting whenever the ball is away from her zone. This is the last ball. Should have been the last ball, but it is another wide and down the leg side again. That has been the story of the day for Zaina Ahmed. She's gone for 12 wides today. So 2 overs of extra, and captain having a word with her. Just wants to finish her over in the most consistent way that she can. But this is poor bowling. Zaina Ahmed, you gotta start feeling for her at this stage. She's disappointed and she just wants to finish it here. Way too many wides in this over. And right now, the very short run up, she bowls one. And this time, the ball pitched fuller. Isian Nafisa plays it nicely towards the offside. And a couple of runs taken. So, of the 2 overs from Zaina Ahmed today, 22 runs have been conceded. So, very expensive over from Zaina Ahmed at this stage, where Johor needed a good over from her. 15 overs done. It's 74 now with the loss of 5. So, the run rate has improved slightly, and now it is approaching 5 and over. Noor Alia is into the attack. So this is the 8th bowler that is being used by the captain of Johor. 15 overs done. It's 74 for 5. And Negeri Sembilan are slowly inching forward. But it's been the extras that has really kept the scoreboard ticking. Full delivery. Very good start from Noor Alia. Would you believe it? A whooping 30 runs in extras from Johor so far. Too many wides and a few no balls as well. That's far too generous, and it's been really the lifeline for the struggling batters that we have seen today. Nafisa is 7 from 13 deliveries, and Nick Noor is 7 from 11 at the moment. So they definitely have rebuilt this innings. That is nicely bowled. Good work by the wicketkeeper, almost trying to seize the opportunity. So smart cricket from her. The batters have kept the scoreboard moving as well by some singles that were on offer. The focus has really been on forming this partnership, and compliments to them, they have achieved the task. Johor, on the other hand, are looking frustrated at the moment because they had an opportunity to close the innings for much lesser than perhaps they'll be looking to chase when they come out to bat. This is a reminder that even in T20 cricket, discipline is everything. At the moment, Negeri Sembilan might be in trouble with 5 wickets down, but they have somehow crawled back. Right now, it will be interesting to see if the batters can capitalize on this momentum. Izyan Nafisa needs to be a little bit smarter here. They have been helped by plenty of wides today, so they don't really need to go after the bowling yet. The previous over was very, very expensive. So right now, all they need is perhaps just to pick up a few singles throughout this over, just to keep the scoreboard moving. Oh, poor batting. Noor Alia with that full delivery opened her up and castled her. Beautiful bowling from Noor Alia nevertheless, but have to say that the technique from Izyan Nafisa was not quite up to the mark. Just have a look at that replay. No real footwork. A ball that is pitched full, slight bit of movement as well in the air. That is all that was required to just exploit that technical error from the batter and eventually cleans her up with that delivery. So Noor Alia strikes and somehow Johor find themselves back in the game exactly when they needed to be. Noor Nisrina is walking out to join Nick Noor Attila out there, but Noor Alia is really the triumph that the captain opted for at this stage, and she has delivered. The captain will be hoping that Noor Alia can bowl a similar sort of a delivery to the new batter, Noor Nisrina. Just walked out to the middle. She'll not want to face a Yorker. And look at that, exactly the kind of delivery that was required. Full delivery, hint of movement as well away from the right-hander. And this has turned out to be an excellent over from Noor Alia at this stage. So the last 4 overs will be coming in now. And the score for Negeri Sembilan is 75 for 6. Excellent captaincy. The captain goes back to the highest wicket taker in this innings. Noor Shahira has already picked up 3 wickets and has gone for 6 runs, so just the right time to bring her back into the attack. Nick Noor Attila, on the other hand, is set. She's faced 13 deliveries and she knows exactly how Noor Shahira is operating. So this is going to be all about discipline. Starts off nicely, heaves it towards mid-wicket for a single, and now Noor Shahira will not be too disappointed with that because she gets an opportunity to have a go at the new batter. Perhaps from the dugout she has seen how Noor Shahira is bowling out there. She'll be trying to turn that ball towards the right-hander, so perhaps playing with the turn is the right choice. Oh, that is beautifully bowled. Somehow the batter survives, but with a cross-batted shot like that, the ball sometimes can miss the bat and eventually go on to hit the stump. Goes back onto the back foot, looking to cut that one away. But we've seen that before. The ball turns back square and the batter misses it completely. Again, this is turning out to be a good over, but Noor Shahera is in desperate search of wicket here. Oh, that is close. That is beautifully bowled, but somehow Noor Nisrana survives. Noor Shahera is bowling very well out there today. She has such good control. She's bowling in the right areas and she's extracting a lot of turn as well. There's plenty of things happening in her favor, and she's really been the pick of the bowlers. Absolutely spun a web of confusion in the batter's mind. An opportunity of a run out, and that is gone. No chance of a run there. This is what the pressure of dot balls can do sometimes, and the confusion results in satisfaction for Johor. They picked up a wicket, even though it's a run out. Noor Shahera will be very, very happy with that. Full toss, played it nicely, but that had gone straight to the fielder, and absolutely there was no chance of a run. Excellent effort by the fielder at short mid wicket, and the partnership is broken again. So Noor Nisrina will go back to the dugout. She's gone out for a duck, and the partnership that was required for Negeri Sembilan did not happen. So this is the wicket that has fallen. At the moment, Negeri Sembilan is 7 down for 76 runs on the board. Last ball of the spell for Noor Shahira. Rabiatul is now on strike. The new batter will be facing the last ball. It has been an excellent spell of spin bowling and an inside edge. Somehow Rabiatul is able to survive this last one, and Noor Shahira completes her spell. What a day she has had. She's picked up 3 wickets for just 7 runs. Extremely economical, extremely dangerous, and Johor will be very happy to have such an asset in their lineup. She's someone who will be really just in thoughts for the selection committee to just have a look at, and they'll be very keen to just groom her for the future of Malaysia cricket. On the other hand, Noor Alia has been very good in her previous over as well. She's picked up a wicket and just given away a single. Full delivery, played that nicely towards cover. Misfield will allow that single to be taken, and now she will go off the strike and pick up a single to get off the mark as well. Nick Noratila has been there for a very long time. She's faced 15 deliveries for her 9 runs. Right now, Negeri Sembilan are hoping that there'll be a flurry of boundaries to take the score to some respectability. Nicely played that away towards the leg side. Wanted to get a couple of runs. Noor Alia sneak one just towards that Yorker length, but so far the length has not been where she perhaps anticipated. Missing out on execution there, but she'll be happy that right now Rabiatul is on strike, and this is when she needs to bowl a Yorker. Uppishly played towards long on, and the fielder is just away from that area, so a single is taken, but an opportunity of a run out that should have really been taken by Noor Alia. She did not gather it cleanly, and eventually a couple of runs were able to be taken. That is good running, but I don't think it was there. A little bit of a risk is expected at this stage, so you can't really blame the batters. That is nicely timed. Chase is on, and that is well fielded eventually, so just a single of it. So far, in all the 4 deliveries, they have been able to get some runs, so Negeri Sembilan will be happy in the way this over has transpired. Can they finish it nicely here? Two more legal deliveries remain. The set batter Nick-Noor Atela is on strike. She's covering all her stumps. Perhaps she's trying to eye that leg side. You can see that is exactly what she does. And some smart bowling from Noor Alia just places that away on the offside. And the batter plays that cross-batted shot, eventually missing it completely. So a dot ball. Last ball of the over. Fuller delivery. And the batter was travelling down towards the striker's end. It looks like nobody was interested to take that opportunity of a run out. Nevertheless, umpire has signaled that a wide, so there will be another chance for Noor Alia to just pick up one more wicket here. On the other hand, Nick Nuratila will be hoping that she can pick up some runs off this last ball. Based on the good length, nicely played towards long off. Excellent running. The throw should have been at the striker's end. And eventually they pick up a couple of runs. That is very good running. For the second time in this over, they've picked up a couple of runs. And this is a good over for them. 8 runs in it, 18 overs done. It's 84 for 7. The last 2 overs remain, and the captain has decided to bring herself back into the attack. 3 overs have gone for 12 runs. At the moment, all she needs to do is just bowl a few dot deliveries and restrict Negeri Sembilan from picking up any kind of flourish at the back end of this innings. Starts off with a single, and Rabiatul has done a very good work with the bat in hand so far. She's picked up 5 runs of the 4 deliveries that she has faced. That is well timed. And that will go all the way to the boundary. Very good batting from Nook Atela. She's done so well to have played so many deliveries. And would you believe it, that has gone all the way for a maximum. Waited for it and has dispatched it over the ropes at the mid-wicket area and gets reward for some very good batting here. Good comeback from Amna Sharif. Much better delivery. Attacking the stump, and Nick Noor Atela respectfully plays a defensive stroke at it. And this time cleans her up. That's ball beautifully executed. The bowler has hit the stump directly. So this time no fumble, no hesitation, and the stump is rattled. You can see why this is so satisfying for the captain. She was smashed on the leg side for a boundary before this, and it has been clinical execution for some consistency here. Captain Amna pitched it in line, and that ball went on to hit the stump. She knew that the batter will be going after her, and she has executed her delivery to perfection. So perfect line and length, and just snuck through the gate for a wicket here for Amna Sharif. So one more time the momentum will be broken. This was turning out to be a good partnership between Nikno Atela and Rabiatul. Right now 89 runs on the board and just 8 deliveries are remaining. So Noor Elisa will be the batter who's walking out to join Rabiatul, and Amna Sharif will have 2 more deliveries to perhaps get another wicket in her bowling figure today. Played it towards the leg side and an easy single taken. So Negeri Sembilan were starting to look good, but one more time are finding themselves crumbling now. Nick Noor has put up a good fight and just gone back at the hut, trying to squeeze out a few more boundaries at the back end of this innings. So it's been a tough outing for the batters today. Wickets have fallen quite regularly. Amna Sharif comes in with the last ball. Played it in the air, just short of the fielder at long on. And that is the end of the spell from Amna Sharif. 19 runs from her 4 overs. And she's picked up a wicket as well. So with that, we are coming in with the last over rather, in this first innings. Noor Alisa is out there. She's off the mark with a single of the one delivery that she has faced. And on the other hand, Rabiatul is out there. She scored 6 of 5. And Alia will be the bowler, who the captain will be hoping can close the innings. Here we are. Rabiatul on strike. Here's the first ball. Nicely played it. Chance at the striker's end. Wayward throw away from the gathering zone for the wicketkeeper. Eventually no more runs taken, so just a single, and Noor Alisa will be on strike. The Seema Alia has a chance to finish off things in style. There's an opportunity for her to pick up 2 wickets, and in T20 cricket, the last over can sometimes give away a few runs as well. So it's all about discipline again. Good change of pace and a little bit of movement as well off the surface. So clever use of variation from Noor Ali at the moment. The goal is definitely to create a doubt in the batter's mind and perhaps not allow them to free their arms. Negeri Sembilan will be trying to get as many as they can of the last 4. This time not quite committing to a full power stroke. So another dot ball, turning out to be a good last over from Noor Alia. Oh, she's cleaned her up. What a delivery. This time she's pitched it in line. She was aware that the batter will go after her, and the batter misses and the bowler hits the stump. Reward for some consistency from Noor Alia, and she's picked up a wicket again. What a delivery. Smart bowling from the bowler at the back end of the innings, and a very good reward from her. Celebrates in style, and she's appreciated by her teammates as well. Excellent delivery this time, away from the batter. Wanted to heave it down towards long on and missed it completely. So excellent death bowling from Noor Alia. This time a good looking shot just over the top of the fielder, and that will be a single to close the innings. So with that, the innings is completed. Negeri Sembilan have managed to score 93 runs with the loss of 9. A topsy-turvy innings full of drama, but Johor will be delighted how they have controlled. As you can see, the batting card, when Julia and Nicknur Attila, the two stands out. They have scored 17 and 16 runs each. Rabiatul with a little bit of a flurry at the end with 7 runs. But if you look at all the others, they have struggled to get into double figures. They've helped their way by some extras as well. 32 of them. That is only the worrying factor for Johor today. Other than that, we've seen some very good bowling performances as well. Amna Sharif, the captain, has picked up a wicket by giving away 19 runs, but the pick of the bowler definitely has been Noor Shahira Karim. The youngster's 4 over with one maiden had gotten her 3 wickets of just 7 runs. Other than that, she was well supported by Nanafat early on, 4 overs, 14 runs and a wicket. But Noor Alia was a standout death over specialist with that over today. Her 3 overs gone for just 11 runs and she's picked up 2 wickets. So with that, we'll be coming back with the chase and the innings will be from Negeri Sembilan's way, how they go on with the ball in hand and control Johor's progress. That is what we'll be waiting to see. So with that, we'll be back with live action very shortly. So stay with us. And we're ready to get underway with the second innings here at the MCA Women's Interstate T20 Championship 2025. This is the game between Johor and Negeri Sembilan, fighting for the 5th and 6th place. Johor are walking to bat and they're ready to take the center stage. They'll be chasing 94 runs in their 20 overs, a target that's very much gettable on paper. But Negeri Sembilan's bowlers will try to make their life as difficult as possible, because this is the store that can sometimes be very competitive as well if the bowlers are able to just be bowling with a little bit of discipline. So right now, looks like it's going to be spin to start off proceedings for Negeri Sembilan here. Good looking delivery, nicely guided that one away as well. So before we get further into the chase, let's reflect in the way Negeri Sembilan's innings was comprised of. When Julia is the top scorer, the captain for Negeri Sembilan with 17 of 21. She's shown plenty of patience and also a lot of grit. Right now, Zaina is the batter opening the innings for Johor. She was a little bit expensive, so she will have her work cut off here. She's a handy batter, sometimes is expensive as well, and likes to get things going early on in the innings. Nick Noor Attila was the second highest scorer with the bat, 16 of 21. Right now, she has the ball in hand. Handy off spinner. Oh, that is nicely played towards the leg side. The chase will be on, but looks like the ball is going to win the race. And that is a very good looking sweep shot to start things off. Boundary of the first over is always going to give the batter a lot of confidence, but it's just the way she has picked it up. Just look at it. She realized the length of the ball very, very quickly, and the slog sweep was out right from the moment the ball left the bowler's hand. Exquisite timing as well, and Zaina is off the mark. We've seen how sometimes a quick-fire innings can lift the morale of the batting side. Rabiatul, for example, today for Negeri Sembilan, quick scored 7 of 6 to just keep the scoreboard moving. The others have really struggled with the bat in hand today. So we'll have to wait for the approach of Zaina Ahmed, who's looking to be very proactive here. So after a boundary, she's picked up a single very, very nicely and she goes off strike. This is smart batting. And Noor Alia was another spectacular bowler. She's picked up 2 wickets for 11 runs, and right now she's come out to open the innings. So sometimes all-rounders can translate their effort with the ball into their batting as well. So we'll have to wait and see how good she can do it with the bat. And talking about bowling, Noor Shahira was absolutely the real star with the ball in hand. She's picked up 3 wickets for 7 runs. That really shows us that spin is the way to go in this pitch. So Nick Noor Attila can really learn from what Noor Shahira has done and try to execute something similar. Other than Alia and Noor Shahira, Nanafat, the off-spinner, has also picked up a wicket. She was the one who initially started off the pressure. So here we are. Johor have a straightforward chase, but they have to do it with some intensity. The batters have to express their skill in the field, and right now it is Zaina Ahmed who's showing us how good a batter she is up top. Nice bit of placement there to be able to pick up a single, and already she has picked up 7 runs in the first over. With that, this is a good start from Johor, and the batters will be hoping to take full advantage of the batting power play here. Siti Hamra has taken the ball in hand. She's up against Zaina Ahmed. So Johor are off to a very good start here. 7 runs of the first over. So Jaina, who's had a mixed day today with the ball, now has given us an impression that she's trying to amend with the bat in hand. Gorgeous looking stroke towards the point region and picks up a single with absolute ease. It's just the way that she's batting, almost looks like she's doing it with a lot of grace, and that is really pleasing to the eyes. Confidence at the crease is something that is palpable even from up here, and she's trying to set the tone very early on here. Her partner, Noor Alia, is also someone who's impressed with the ball, like I mentioned before. She's looking to settle in as well, and this pair is really giving us an impression that they're the key here. They're looking to build a solid opening partnership, looking to rotate the strike as well. Good length delivery from Siti Hamra. Nice looking pull shot, and Nafisa misses, which allows the single to be taken comfortably in the end. Saina is back on strike. Negeri Sembilan will be hoping that their bowlers can make an impression early on. They need some early breakthrough here. Johor are looking to play some smart cricket. They've capitalized on the loose balls, but they're also showing some kind of control in terms of their aggression as well. Siti Hamra is coming round the wicket to the left-hander, and right now she's looking to close the angle on her. Oh, that's a poor delivery. Dispatched it towards the offside. Exquisite timing on display here, and that is the second boundary from Zaina Ahmed. It's really showing us how good of an asset she is up top for Johor, and she's really making a name for himself with the bat in hand. Exquisite timing and capitalize on that loose ball. Just look at that. Asking to be hit, rocks back on the back foot and punishes it all along the carpet for a gorgeous looking boundary. This time waits for it and pulls it away onto the leg side. That should be good enough for a couple of runs, but in the end she decided against it because the ball travelled straight to the fielder at square leg. Turning out to be a very good start for Johor here. Already they've gotten 15 runs on the board in no time. Siti Hamra is guilty of mixing her length too frequently here. She needs to be more consistent. Oh, this is a poor delivery wide on the offside, and Noor Alia read the line of it very early, so decides not to have a go at it. That's smart batting. She doesn't really have to do anything extra here because the runs are already flowing for Johor. Turning out to be a very expensive over, 9 of it already. A full toss, umpire will signal no ball definitely for that, and that will be an opportunity for Noor Alia to capitalize on. An attempted yorker, which has completely gone wrong, perhaps slipped out of her wrist at the very last moment, or maybe she was trying to go for an in-dipper. Nevertheless, the ball was not in any kind of control from her, so this is going to be a free hit for Noor Alia. Siti Hamra will have to do something better here. And that is very poor bowling. Siti Hamra off the free hit goes on for a wide, so extras are mounting on for Negeri Sembilan here. And at the moment, Johor have effortlessly moved on to 18 runs. The free hit continues, but this time Siti Hamra will have to attack the stump because she has been guilty of bowling quite far too many extras here. And pitched on length, the ball went straight to the fielder at cover. No harm done because that was off a free hit, but good timing from Noor Alia nevertheless. She was not able to pick up a cap on that occasion, but she's really showing us that she can bat with proper technique. Finally, the first dot ball from Siti Hamra. She has 2 more legal deliveries remaining in this over. Oh, this is much better. Optimistic appeal from the bowler that was deviating down the leg side. So no harm done. And this will be the last ball of this first over from City Hamra. We're almost at the verge of completion of 2 overs, and the run rate is over 9.8. The required run rate at the moment is 4.18, so still very comfortable and within reach. Oh, that's poor bowling. Way outside that guideline for the umpire. No hesitation for signaling at a wide. So fast bowlers today have really struggled, barring the exception of Noor Alia. Zaina Ahmed in a spell was expensive as well, and now City Hamra for Negeri Sembilan starts off in that fashion where plenty of extras have been delivered by her. One legal delivery remaining. She needs to bowl well here and just get away with this. No pace on offer and no control whatsoever. So another wide. Already we have seen 10 deliveries in this over, and now we're still looking for that one legal delivery to see the completion of it. Turning out to be a very good over for Johor. They will not complain. They will be very happy that some sort of assistance is being provided by the bowlers of Negeri Sembilan. This time just within the guidelines, so that will be a dot ball to finish off the second over. 19 runs on the board for Johor, and they haven't lost a wicket. Turning out to be a good partnership between Noor Alia and Zaina Ahmed. Zaina has been the aggressor, and Noor Alia has been the anchor so far for Johor. If they continue this way, then they should be reaching this target in no time. This is when the captaincy from Negeri Sembilan will be under the radar here, because they don't really have too many that they can play with. When Julia is an experienced campaigner, she's played lots of matches for Malaysia, and she's the wicketkeeper as well, so she really has the best view to operate proceedings. Zaina Ahmed is now on strike. Nick Noratila is into the attack for her second over. Poor delivery down the leg side, so starts off with another extra. Umpire Wahibzada has no hesitation to signal it a wide. Nicely bowled this time, attacking the off stump. But so far we haven't really seen Nick Atela turn the ball away from the left-hander. And that's really something that she can opt to do, because we've seen in the previous innings how good Noor Shahida Karim has been with her off spin. Width was provided. The gap in the field was found as well. The ball is travelling, the chase is on. And eventually that half stop will allow a couple of runs to be taken. The ball was slowed down, so that did not reach the boundary. Nevertheless, Zaina Ahmed has been very impressive from Johor with the bat in hand. Her stroke play off the back foot has been exemplary, but on occasion we have seen how good she can be on the front foot as well. Waits for it this time, guiding it away towards backward of point. Doesn't get the gap. Another dot ball for Nick Noratila. Interesting stance from Zaina Ahmed. Stands absolutely tall and waits for it, then places them quite nicely with her elegant stroke play. She's been quite impressive with the bat in hand for Johor today, although her bowling effort was something that she will want to forget about. And this is why all-rounders are very important for a side has two roles. Sometimes if one of them doesn't work out, the captain expects them to deliver with the other. So far, Saina Ahmed has done very well. She's gone and scored 14 runs of the 13 balls that she has faced. This time plays it away towards the leg side, falls short of the fielder at deep square leg, gets a single with absolute ease. Good over in the end from Niknu Attila. 3 overs done, it's 23 without loss, and Johor are off to a very good start. We have a change in the bowling. Now the spinner, Nurin Imanina, is into the attack. I think the captain Van Julia realizes that the fast bowlers are not having the best of days, and spin is perhaps the way to go. A poor start from Nur Imanina, an opportunity for Zaina to once again show us how good she is with that sweep shot. Gets a single quite comfortably and gives the strike to Nur Alia. Left hand right hand combination up top, so the fielders always have to make that adjustment, and so do the bowlers. This can sometimes derail the bowler off their plan and perhaps make them make some mistakes with their line and length. Exactly what had happened. Ball deviates down the leg side for a wide, which could have been a very good delivery to the left-hander though, and this is why a partnership where two opposite batters bat can sometimes benefit the batting side. Flighted delivery this time, and plays that towards the offside almost in a lethargic fashion. In the end, misses it completely. So Noreen gets a dot ball. Slightly quicker to the air this time, and the misfield will allow the single to be taken this time. Perhaps even more is on offer. Settles in for that single only. So Zaina is back on strike. Flighted again. Nudges it towards the offside. Fielder does well and stops it before the change position. So good effort there. Turning out to be a good over for Negeri Sembilan, exactly what they needed. Just 3 runs in it and 2 deliveries remain. Or this time width provided. And almost another misfield. But eventually the recovery is good, so another dot ball. Little bit of a turn on offer. A gentle prod towards mid-wicket, and she goes off to the other end. One more run and the momentum is maintained. So 4 overs done, it's 27 without loss. Another change in the bowling. It is Noor Solea Farisha into the attack. The Johor team is off to a controlled start at this chase. Zaina is leading the charge with 17 from 18 and she's on strike. Oh, that is wavered. That is a no ball. Absolutely no control from the bowler to start her spell. Lots of runs so far have come from extras, which have been generous again, and Johor are definitely not complaining. Zaina, the very dangerous opening batter from Johor, will have a free hit to go at Noor Soleha. The focus of this opening pair was absolutely clear from the word go. They wanted to be solid, they wanted to stitch a platform, and that they have managed. Let's see how this happens. Oh, wanted to smash it downtown for a maximum, but eventually misses it completely. So the free hit doesn't do a lot of damage for Negeri Sembilan. So far, both Zaina and Noor Alia have taken what's on offer, and they have really kept the pressure on the opposition. Negeri bowlers are looking very keen to break the partnership, but they haven't been able to do it. Oh, bowls exactly to the strength of Zaina Ahmed. Good use of the wrist, plays it nicely onto the leg side, and a single is taken again. The right-hander Noor Alia will be now on strike. So far, we haven't seen any consistency from Noor Soleha. Poor delivery this time down the leg side, and looks like there's been some deviation perhaps of the bat or maybe the thigh pad, because umpire did not signal it a wide. Wasn't the best of deliveries, so Noor Soleha will be happy that that hasn't costed her anything. Oh, that is not a very good effort by the wicketkeeper. She's experienced enough to be able to stop it. And look at that. Good running between the two. Zain Ahmed was hesitant, but Noor Alia straight away realized that there was an easy opportunity to pick up a couple of runs. Noor Soleha was disappointed that that ball did not go on to hit the stump. But in that process, she realized a bit late that the captain did not support her with the effort of gathering it. Nudges it this time towards short mid wicket, and no runs on offer. Turning out to be a very good over. In spite of that no ball of the first one, she's come back very, very strongly. Even the free hit did not cost her anything. So just 2 runs in it, and the 2 byes. This time it is a wide on the offside. So they haven't been able to manage the consistency throughout this innings. Right from the word go, they're in search of some rhythm, and none of the bowlers have really produced a breakthrough that Negeri Sembilan were desperately searching for. This time looking to play it towards cover, misses it. 5 overs done, it's 32 without loss. Change in the bowling again. We're seeing Nurin Imanina back into the attack. Her first over had gone for just 4 runs, and spin is the way to go. Low full toss eventually turns that into a full delivery, misses it. So Zain Ahmed has slowly started to just settle in. She's looking to play that long innings. Oh, this time a poor execution from Zain Ahmed, misses out on a full delivery. Nurin Imanina celebrates, and she picks up a very crucial wicket here. Full delivery, goes for that sweep shot, and misses it completely. That is all that is required to pick up a leg before wicket. Just have a look at that replay. Angling it in towards the stump, lots of flight, and eventually poor execution from Zaina, but reward for Nurin Imanina. So with that, the first wicket falls. Johor have lost Jaina Ahmed, and Nurin Imanina is among wickets. Nanafat has walked out and she's joining Noor Alia. Just now, a big wicket for Negeri Sembilan. Zaina, who's holding the innings together, goes LBW for 18. She's played a very good looking few shots, but eventually she's gone back to the hut playing one that did not connect. The umpire did not have any hesitation as well. Immediately after it, we are seeing Nanafat, who's walked out to join her partner Noor Alia. Negeri Sembilan will be thrilled that the pressure is now slowly shifting towards Johor. And Johor, on the other hand, will be hoping to just regroup, and they'll be hoping that another partnership can be stitched between Nanafat and Noor Alia. Oh, good looking delivery from Noor Imanina, asking the right questions here, angling it in towards the right hander first up, and then the ball just dips and turns enough to pick up an inside edge. So no runs in the first three. Needs to finish nicely here. And this is exactly what Juan Julia would not want Nurin Imanina to deliver. They can't afford any more extras. They've already been very generous today. Johor have already received 12 extras. Fuller delivery, good use of the front foot, covers the line of the ball and plays it towards cover. Two legal deliveries remain. Nanafat yet to get off the mark. A little bit late on that occasion to just get the bat down, so not in full control to negotiate that delivery. So this is turning out to be a very good over from Nurin Imanina, and Negeri Sembilan will be very happy with the way this last over of the power play has transpired. Oh, that is a poor delivery down the leg side, asking to be hit. Just getting bat on ball was enough. The ball is just stopped before reaching the boundary line, but that shot was good enough for a comfortable couple of runs to be taken. So that is the end of the power play. 6 overs done. It's 35 with a loss of 1 for Johor, and just at the end of it, they've lost the wicket of the very important batter Zaina Ahmed. Noor Soleha into the attack. And a full toss asking to be hit. Doesn't get the cap. Played on towards square leg for a single. But I think she could have gotten a little bit more of that delivery if the placement was a little bit better. Nevertheless, the scoreboard is moving. They need 58 more from the 13.5 overs that remain after this first ball. Nur Solea Farisha is looking to attack the stump here. Perhaps that is why the ball just overpitched and went on to become a full toss. Nanafat has just walked out to the middle. She scored 2 of the 4 delivery that she has faced. But that is down the leg side. Another poor deliveries, and that will keep adding to the tally of the extras. Plenty of them already, even from Johor. We've seen Negeri Sembilan guilty of it. And right now, they're looking to become a little bit more disciplined, but they haven't really found the bowler who's able to deliver. Nikno Attila has bowled 1 wide. Siti Hamra has given away 3 of them. Nurin Imanina has given 2 wides, and now Nur Soleha, who's bowling, has already bowled 2. Low full toss this time, played onto the leg side again. And that is good running. She realized that the throw is not on point, and you can see that desperation as well. Went for the dive because she was perhaps unaware that the ball was perhaps way too far away from the wicketkeeper. Nevertheless, you have to compliment the dedication. Excellent running between the two, and you can sense that one more time a partnership is brewing. 7 runs already between these two. Now they're looking to just rebuild and bring the required run rate even lower. Good delivery this time, attacking the stump, and the batter Nanafat respectfully defends at it. Oh, that is nicely timed. This time the chase will be on again, but throw is better, so they have to settle for a single. Nanafat plays with such strong wrist. Whenever she plays a ball on the leg side, the ball really travels. So good effort by the fielder at the boundary line. Absolutely nothing on that delivery. The ball barely travels to the wicketkeeper. So good change of pace from Noor Soleha, and she gets a dot ball here. Already 5 in this over, and here is the last ball. Fuller delivery this time, and happy to defend at it. 7 overs done. It's 40 with a loss of 1. Fly to delivery, nicely played towards cover. Doesn't get the gap, so a single. Rocks back onto the back foot this time, pulls it away towards the leg side, looking to sneak in a couple of runs, but in the end decides against it. The urgency is there from the two batters, and they're rotating the strike quite beautifully at the moment. Nurin Imanina is the bowler who is among the wickets, so it's her responsibility to just maintain the pressure. Good delivery this time, turning it in towards the right-hander. Now the dot ball. No bounce this time from Nurin Imanina, and Noor Alia does well to get a single from it. Poor delivery, but the keeper does exceedingly well, and so is the running between the two. This delivery could have costed Nurin much more, and Juan Julia, the captain, does very well with the effort with the glove. But in the end, Noor Alia and Nanafa had extremely good understanding between themselves and gets a single as well. Flighted, plays downtown, will get a comfortable single. Looking to be very proactive, and they are getting that second as well off the misfield. Excellent understanding between the two, and to the despair of Negeri Sembilan, this is turning out to be a good over, although they have played full risk-free cricket. So Johor have built one more partnership here, even though their opening batter Zaina was gone for 18. Poor delivery again, way far down the leg side. Julia does well again, but that's a wide. Noor Alia is holding the innings nicely together with her 7 of 18, and Nanafat, since coming out to bat, has also played well. They've rotated the strike nicely, and even after the loss of the key wickets, they haven't allowed any kind of pressure on Johor. Just look at how good the placement has been. They have nudged around the field, they've picked up the gaps, and so far, nothing really has stopped them from picking runs at regular intervals. From the bowling front, Noreen Imanina has just finished this over. She's given away 15 runs in her 3, and she's the only one who's picked up a wicket. Johor at the moment just need to keep their momentum with themselves. They need to maintain their focus, because at the moment some smart singles and some careful shot selections is all that is required to just take them towards their victory line. The required run rate at the moment is a comfortable 3.83, and they're going at it with their run rate of 6 and over. Nick Noor Taylor is back into the attack. It starts off with a dot delivery. Fuller delivery waits for it and plays it straight to the fielder at cover. A clean defensive shot again from Noor Alia. She's not willing to take any kind of chances. Goes on to the back foot, but the ball did not quite bounce from that length on the previous occasion. Eventually, another dot ball. So, turning out to be a good over from Nick Noor Atila. She's on the verge of completing her third over. Noor Alia is happy to just stay out there and keep one end absolutely safe for Johor. She has not taken too many chances today. This time played it in that aerial route, just away from the fielder at extra cover, and 2 runs taken. That is excellent running. The understanding between the two is spectacular, and we have seen them take plenty of couples, and that is just another example of how good running between the wicket is between these two. Last delivery of the over, and just happy to black that one out. No run, it's another dot ball, and that is the completion of the 9th over. Score is 50, the loss of 1. After a long time, the spinners have operated, and now the captain has decided to hand the ball to the medium pacer, Noor Nisrina. Rocks back and guides that down towards long on. Noor Alia is looking to be very busy out there. She wanted to get another run. Nanafat decides against it. Would have been risky for them. Nicely played off the length, guided away. This time an opportunity for a second to be taken. The misfield will allow it, and they get it in the end comfortably. Nanafat and Noor Alia are really playing some smart cricket here. They have showed us how good their understanding is. They have rotated the strike well, and they have also perhaps realized the fact that there's plenty of time, and every shot that they're playing them with a lot of caution as well. Back of a length delivery this time. Misfield once again will allow that single to be taken. So far, Negeri Sembilan have been a little bit disappointing in the aspect of the fielding that they have produced today. The effort definitely could have been better given the fact that they've posted a target of 94 runs from 20 overs. So the bowlers really needed full support from their fielders. This is turning out to be a game of patience now. Noor Nisrina trying to force a mistake from Nanafat and Noor Alia, but it's just their temperament that is unshaken from whatever that Negeri Sembilan has just used against them. They've batted with caution, but they have also waited for the opportunities to arise. Smart cricket from Johor. They need 39 from 10.3. Just misses out on her follow through, so decides not to go through with that delivery. Noor Nasrina is back at the top of her bowling mark this time. Interestingly, the wicketkeeper standing very close to the stump, realizing the fact that ball doesn't have much pace, and perhaps that will not allow Nanafat to use her feet. Guided away towards cover, single taken, and for a moment Nanafat was interested to just sneak in another one. But I think it was Noor Alia who said perhaps it could have been risky. Once again, another over, which is going for perhaps more than 6, because already 6 in it, with 2 balls remaining. Really didn't have to play any kind of risky strokes in this over, but already they've managed the double of what the required run rate is. That's how safe they have been throughout this innings. This time with provided, and once again we are seeing a misfield. This is not really the way to go about the innings progression when the target is not a very big one. Support really hasn't been up to the mark, and looks like Juan Julia is changing the position of the fielder at backward of point. One more delivery remains. Nanafat is on strike. Johor will be hoping that no damage is done of this ball. Pulled away nicely, chases on for the fielder at square leg. Excellent call from Nanafat. I think she realized that the throw is not going to have a lot of power in it. Noor Alia was a little bit hesitant, but in the end managed it quite comfortably. So 10 overs done. It's 59 with the loss of 1. 35 runs will be required of the final 10, and at this stage the players are having drinks. And with that, the final 10 overs begin. At the moment, Johor required another 35 runs from the last 10. Nalafat and Noor Alia will want to continue in the way that they have played so far. They've picked up the caps and rotated the strike beautifully. And just like that, they've been helped in their cause by some extras from Negeri Sembilan as well. So they have played some risk-free cricket. And if this partnership blossoms a little bit more, then they'll be inching closer towards victory. One thing that has been very good between these two batters is the fact that they have realized that perhaps playing a couple of dot balls here and there is not going to hurt them too much. They are aware that plenty of extras are on offer, just like the first two deliveries we have seen in this over from Noor Karina. They haven't played any kind of rash strokes. They haven't allowed the pressure to come back onto them. Even after losing their first opening batter, Zaina Ahmed looked good initially. At the moment, Negeri Sembilan, they were trying to just stem the flow of the run somehow, but so far the consistency in the line and length has been missing in most of their bowlers. So they've been guilty of giving away far too many extras than they would have wanted to. They have already given away 18, and we're just at the mark of halfway. All of their bowlers really have given away extras, so it's not just one of them that we can point out. Nick Attila has given 1, Siti Hamra has given 4, Nurin Imania has given away 5 of them, and this time Noor Karina has given away 3 in the very first over that she's come out to bowl. On that occasion, width was provided, and a good looking cut shot we've seen from Noor Alia. But one thing that is appreciable is the fact that they have played it straight to the fielder and they've realized it that she's out there at the mark of the circle, which allows them plenty of time to rotate the strike, and they've done that exceedingly well. Hint of movement, this time rocks back and plays it nicely towards cover, chases on. The timing is extravagant, and so is the running between the wickets. Good shot from Nanafat, and she gets a couple of runs. With that double, the required run rate has fallen down below 3 and over. So this should be very comfortable from here on, unless something spectacular happens with the ball in hand for Negeri Sembilan. The pick of the bowlers definitely has been Nurin Imanina. Her 3 overs has gone for 15 runs and she's picked up a wicket, but even she has given away 5 extras. So that really tells us the struggle story of Negeri Sembilan here today. Nanafat is disappointed that she's missed out on that one. That smile really hides the anger that she must have felt after mistiming it. Needs to get back the concentration and perhaps time it better. Full delivery, this time guides it away. The chase is on, and somehow the ball just is stopped before reaching the boundary line, not before. They exchange position for another couple of runs. Excellent effort so far from Nanafat. She's been very good with the ball in hand, and now turning out to be a very good innings from her as well. Although she hasn't hit a boundary, she's batting with a strike rate of more than 85, and when the required run rate is just 2.84, that is more than good enough. Waits for it, thought that that could have been a wide, but perhaps estimating that ball was not to the best of her ability. Turning out to be another very long over from Noor Karina. Wanted to keep strike with a single of the last over perhaps, but in the end played it straight to the fielder. So Noor Karina's first over has gone for 8 runs, and now Johor are absolutely cruising. They need another 27 and they have 9 overs to do it. Noor Nisrina, the medium pacer, back into the attack. And a fantastic display of batting from Johor so far. Waits for it. Opportunity at the non-striker's end, but doesn't have a shy at it. After the fall of the wicket from the opening batter Zaina on 18, Noor Alia has moved on to score 15 of 31, and Nanafat has accompanied her with a very well made 14 of 17. And this has been textbook anchor from the two. They know the target isn't massive, and they have played some risk-free cricket. They've shown us some controlled aggression as well at times, and they have definitely picked up the right balls to attack. That's been the best part of their innings. Johor hasn't just relied on boundaries, but they truly have just rotated the strike beautifully under pressure. Negeri Sembilan have their work cut out, and if they want to make a comeback, they have to just apply some sort of break into providing those extras. And would you believe it, Noor Alia, after playing 31 deliveries, has played a nothing sort of a shot, and Noor Nisrina does well of her own bowling. She gets a wicket here, and finally some reward for NEGERI SEMBILAN. Just have a look at that. Back of a length delivery, wanted to go straight down the wicket, and eventually played it straight in the air. An easy catch for the bowler, and now the opening batter is dismissed. Nevertheless, it was a good innings that was required from her at that stage. Now the captain, Amna Sharif, will replace her. Take a little bit of time to settle in, and Amna Sharif is ready to take strike against Noor Nisrina. Having a little bit of an issue with her follow through here. She will have to go back to her mark, and Amna Sharif is waiting for her. 27 more required in 8.4, required run rate of just over 3. Outside off stump, nicely played towards cover, and a dot to start against the captain. Things were looking really good for Johor before the fall of this wicket, so they were able to get runs almost at will, and they were helped by some extras as well. So really have to ask if going for that aerial shot was necessary from Ali at that stage, because singles were definitely going to do it. That should be a wide, and it is. So even after picking up a wicket, Noor Nisrina is not being able to control her line and length. She needed to be at the stump up against the new batter. Although it's the opposition captain, you have to do your part well. Or that's another poor delivery down the leg side. So as you can see, in spite of not scoring anything with the bat in this over, they have already gotten 3 runs in the first 3 deliveries, if you're conceding the legal ones. So that's the kind of damage extras can sometimes do. The batting team does not really have to do much. They have to be patient, and the rewards will keep flourishing as long as the line and length and the discipline is missing in the bowling attack. With that, just 25 needed. Good use of the front foot here. Plays with soft hand, and now none of it is on strike. She's a very busy cricketer, and whenever she is taking strike, the viewers can expect something to happen. She's a very proactive campaigner, likes to just keep the scoreboard ticking. Oh, poor delivery this time on the offside. It will be another wide, turning out to be another long over. So far, most of the bowlers from Negeri Sembilan have been guilty of bowling without discipline, and that's really something that they'll be very, very disappointed with when Julia perhaps will want to have a word with them after the game. They had to play with 93 runs that they have gotten, but they've given away far too many extras. That is definitely going to bother them. Just 23 runs needed. Goes for a slash on the offside. Doesn't get the connection. 24 wides, that's far too many considering 94 is the target. So you're actually making the score 70 to be chased. So that's not really too much to play with. A fuller delivery, much better in terms of execution from Noor Nisrina. Finishes off with a dot ball. So 12 done. It's 71 runs on the board with a loss of 2. And they'll be needing another 23 from here on. And the wicket taker Nurin Imanina is back into the attack. The off spinner has gone for 15 runs in 3 overs. So her economy is 5 and over. That's far too many if you consider the stage of the game. Although she's been a wicket taker, she's given away 5 wides. So even her discipline has been questionable, just like the others. Needs to produce the good here. 8 overs to go. They need to pick up wickets if they want to somehow get a fight from here. But look at the class of Amna Sharif comfortably rocking back on the back foot. And almost even though she's played it straight to the fielder, she comfortably gets a single. Oh, poor delivery, another wide. So helping the cause by extras, that's been the story of the day. Effortless has been none of her today. She scored 14 runs of 19 deliveries, but her work has been made far too easy by the bowling of Negeri Sembilan. Consecutive wides now. Looks like even one Julia has nothing much that she can say to even the experienced campaigners like Nurin Imanina. If they are not stepping up to the ranks, it's not the captain who can do much from behind the stumps. Oh, yes, she can. Look at that effort from the wicket keeper. Beautifully bowled delivery from Nurin Imanina, and out of nowhere, it's as if she anticipated Nanafat was going to advance down the wicket. Proper execution of some skills from the bowler, and excellent glove work from Van Julia. Exceptional, lightning quick behind the stumps, and she is rewarded for some smart bowling. The captain does well, and the set batter, Nanafat, has to go back to the hut. Nurain has walked out to join her skipper, and she is greeted by a very good delivery from Nurin Imanina. Excellent ball from her, pitched in that good length and turned square on her. Beautifully bowled. She's been the pick of the bowlers, no doubt about it. But can she pick up one more? It's been quite a tragic day when it comes to talking about discipline. Far too many wides. Another one, even to the new batter, just after bowling such a peach of a delivery. Couldn't been that. Almost going through the defense. Sneaks in the single and does well. Two legal deliveries remain. Just 18 required. Oh, that is going to be close. Full, but umpire not in favor. Perhaps that was deviating down the leg side. That's the only way that the umpire would have given the decision against her. Just look at that. So very close. Desperate appeal from Nurin Imanina. So whenever she's attacked the stump, she's bowled so well, but look at that. It's just the consistency that has been missing. You can't really blame Van Julia for missing out on that. That was quicker and that was downtown to such a heavy length that she had no way to recover from it. You can see that she's disappointed, but what else can she do other than just smiling at her bowler for bowling such a poor delivery? So we've really seen everything in this over. A wicket, a few dot deliveries, the attempt from the batters, and plenty of extras. Poor delivery to finish off the spell. So Nurin Imanina has picked up 2 wickets, but look at that. In a match where the required run rate should have been under 5 and over, she has gone for plenty already. Her economy is over 6, and would you believe it, as a spinner, she's bowled a no ball. Now Nurain Shafika is on strike. She has an opportunity to go after Nurin. She misses out on it. So eventually, her spell is completed. 4 overs have gone for 25 runs. Although she has picked up 2 wickets in the context of the game, we have to say Nurin has been expensive. With that, 7 overs remain and 13 runs is all that Johor require. So it's all about time and in how many overs they'll be able to chase it. I believe that's the question that remains. Noor Karina is into the attack and the story repeats. Poor delivery down the leg side, asking to be hit. A talent like Amna Sharif was never going to miss out on that. So it would have been a wide, but she's gotten some bat onto it and she's managed to get a couple of it. So now 11 required. The bowling has been really poor from NEGERI Sembilan today. They needed a better effort with it. They needed to pick up wickets at regular intervals, but it was all missing. Just look at that, way far down the leg side. When Julia is really showing us how good she is whenever the ball is pitched down the leg side. She is the best when it comes to wicket keeping role. But really, we have to talk about the bowling and the discipline of them. That's something that even perhaps after the completion of the game, when Julia and the coaches will be talking about. Good looking pull shot. And the fielding one more time has been really not up to the standard. They've disappointed themselves and the captain, who's agonizingly looking at all of them. And in disappointment, she's really out of words at this stage. So eventually, turning out to be a very one-sided contest. Johor has gone very well about their innings. They've constructed it nicely. Another wide. Nur Karina has been very expensive. Now just 7 needed. The connection is sweet, and so is the placement. The captain has placed a gorgeous shot on the leg side, and she gets full value for it. What a shot that is! Amna Sharif gets a boundary, and now Johor are just within grasp of victory. Look at that. Poor delivery again, asking to be hit, and gets a full connection. Swept her with ease, and that's the boundary that will definitely boost the confidence of Amna Sharif as well. She's happy to be able to contribute with the ball in hand, and right now she's delivering the goods with the bat as well. Look at her strike rate as well. 8 balls is all that she has faced, and she's gotten 11 already, batting with a strike rate of 137. So just one shot away. Wanted to go for a similar looking shot, but that was pitched outside the off stump. She needs to be a little bit patient, because I believe the ball is going to be around that hitting zone for her to play such a similar shot. Thickish edge over the top of the infield. Wicketkeeper thought she had a chance, but it was going away from Van Julia. Eventually, a single is taken, and just 2 runs now needed for Johor to be able to come out victorious. Last ball of the over from Nur Karina. Places it that on the offside. Will they try to take in another one? No, they settle for 1. So that's the end of the over. And 14 overs done. It's 92 with the loss of 3. Looks like they have taken a couple here. And I have to wait for confirmation, because the fielder is gone down. Has she? Not really. I believe, yes, they've taken a couple of runs, so that is it. They have won the match. They have done it in style. They have won the game by 7 wickets, so a comprehensive and clinical victory for them to wrap up this clash between the 5th and 6th place. What a performance, absolutely measured, but we have to talk about the intelligence between the batting side as well. Zaina started off aggressively, she scored 17 runs, but in the end, the partnership between Noor Alia and Nanafat was really the deciding factor. 15 and 14 rather, between the two of them, and in the end, a cameo from the captain of Johor is all that was required to take them to the finish line. Nurin Imanina picked up 2 wickets, but she was expensive. And other than that, nothing much to mention. Nur Nisrina picked up 1 wicket, given away 14 runs, and nobody else among the wickets. So Johor's approach was simply phenomenal. They played some smart cricket, and in the end, a fantastic display of temperament from them to take this victory from Negeri Sembilan. So with that, I conclude the first match from up here. I'm Abrar Hussain. I'll be taking your leave. So with that, that brings us to the completion of the first game. Thank you very much for staying with us.
Ready?
On your picture.
Yeah, the player of the match goes to Noor Shaira, 3 for 7 and 4 overs. Congratulations.